I find mascots as ridiculous as the next guy, but I've never thought about fighting one of them. Though by the sounds of it, I'm the one that's missing out on all the fun. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Now, mascots can be found around most NHL rinks, and are a great way to keep kids entertained and fans pumped up as the game goes on. But one mascot has gotten into some unconventional activity these last few days that is well beyond its job description. And no, this time it's not gritty. The rather ridiculous news we are talking about today comes from The Guardian of all places, and is titled, "Chicago Blackhawks Mascot Tommy the Hawk Body Slams Fan During Fight." Yes, you heard that right folks. An NHL mascot has body slammed a fan. Looks like Tommy has been taking some notes on how to drop the gloves when he's been at Blackhawks games. Clearly not very good notes though, as you don't really see many body slams in the NHL nowadays. Hashtag bring back body slams for 2019. Let's get it trending, folks. Police were called to the United Center on Friday night around 11 PM after the Chicago Blackhawks mascot, Tommy the Hawk, was punched in the face and put in a headlock. Well, I've seen the Blackhawks taking a metaphorical beating on the ice this season, but I don't think their mascot ever expected to take a literal beating. What are they after? His lunch money or something? Leave the poor guy alone. He's a mascot. His life is bad enough as it is without being physically assaulted. Come on, guys. Tommy's assailant was described as a white man between 18 and 20, around 5 foot 5 inches and 160 pounds. He's a small fella, isn't he? Where did this guy come from? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Oompa loompa doopa dee doo. This mascot sucks and I want to punch you. What am I doing? Video showed Tommy was able to struggle free from the headlock and body slam his small but nimble opponent to the floor. Well, it sounds like these two went to a hockey game and a fight broke out. Wait a minute. That's not how the joke goes. A spokesperson of the Blackhawks said the team were aware of the incident and were quoted saying, "We are gathering the facts and will have no further comment at this time, pending our investigation." What investigation? It kinda sounds like this has all been summed up pretty well to me by this article. A fan punches the mascot body slams the fan, case closed, investigation over, job done, well done guys. Whilst I don't think mascots should be able to go around and body slam fans all willy-nilly, I do have to side with Tommy the Hawk on this one. Being a mascot is a pretty tough and, in some ways, a rather embarrassing job to do, and people really like to take the piss out of mascots, especially adults when they've had a few too many drinks at one of the games. To me, the fan in question is definitely the person that took things a few steps too far in punching Tommy the Hawk and putting him in a headlock. Like, he's the one that aggravated the entire situation, and I very much think that Tommy was just acting in self-defense. If they are looking into whether the person that plays Tommy the Hawk should be fired for their actions on that night, I sincerely hope they don't take it that far, as I don't think it was Tommy the Hawk's fault, to be honest. Sure, perhaps Tommy the Hawk didn't need to body slam the fan, but the fan was punching Tommy the Hawk and putting him in a headlock, for goodness sake. Like, what would you do in that scenario? The first thing you would think about is getting the person off you so you can create some space to either carry on fighting or flight, run away. And I think the fan definitely had a few too many drinks that night and wanted to, maybe the Blackhawks lost and he wanted to take his anger out on something and he chose the mascot as his victim for this fight. Like, come on, let's be honest. Like, it was purely self-defense what Tommy the Hawk was doing. He didn't want to engage in a fight with this fan. It didn't look like Tommy the Hawk was punching and putting the other fan into a headlock. If anything, the fan should be punished for all this. He's the one that started this all off by punching Tommy the Hawk and putting him in a headlock, and I think he needs to suffer the consequences of his actions. You don't fight Tommy the Hawk and get away with it, folks. So, if there is a lesson to be learnt from this whole ordeal, it is this. No matter how much you've had to drink that night, or how good or bad your team plays, don't go and take it out on the mascot, because A, they don't actually play for the team, so they have no bearings on what actually happens on the ice with the team, and B, you're probably going to end up with some sort of ban, fine, or maybe even jail time if you take it too far. You're going to be the person that ends up doing worse in this scenario. If the mascot engages you first, yeah, that's different. But if you go and punch the mascot first, you're the one that's going to end up having the worst treatment, let's be honest, folks. But if you are going to punch a mascot, just make sure you don't go full bongo. You're welcome, guys. What has this channel come to, folks? I'm talking about a mascot like he's a real person. You know, I used to think I could be someone, but no, I just spend my time talking about some guy dressed up as a bird getting into a fight. Things have gone pretty downhill, folks, haven't they? 2019's looking really good. But with that unfortunate realisation, I'm going to end this video here. What do you think about this whole situation with Tommy the Hawk? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. A big thank you to Chris Gadsby and Max Artists for helping support this video via Patreon. If you too want to help support the channel a little bit further and get a shout out at the end of any future videos, make sure you head over to patreon.com/oddmanrush and become a patron today.